Today we find out if the bots are actually winning in real life and on Lost Ark, as hard as the comments won my heart over in the last video. Thanks again for all the love, boys, and just remember, my name is Claysthetics, and we're running right into it. And don't forget to like the video, it's the only way YouTube knows I exist. And lighting this off, we start with the massive, and I mean massive, bot ban wave. And man, when I use a power word like massive, I'm about to do something giga stupid. And so does AGS, because we know they're truly amazing. So to find all of our factual information, we went and browsed the Reddit, which is a fine place compared to our next adventure that was the dumpster fire that is the forums. And we found that most people are up in arms with pitchforks against the bots, expecting AGS to solve all their problems, as they should, and they soon will do with delivery drones and Google sentient AI. The bots are actually taking over in real life, like, we gotta be careful. But this is Lost Ark, and the bots are being used to farm gold and sit on top of the Steam charts to, well, look amazing. And it really makes your inner conspiracy theorist pop off, thinking that maybe they're just slow on the bots because of the Steam chart numbers. And you could argue that, but I have a giant tinfoil hat that says much different, and it's also seen much better days, honestly. So obviously I'm right and you're wrong. And you can't prove me wrong because I have the hat and you don't. But don't worry, it's all okay because the game director is really happy about 800k concurrent players. So if he's happy about it, we should all be too. The sad reality is the bots have turned the players against each other again. And no, I'm not talking about the RMT garbage tier human whales. I mean the normie boys. This happened on New World and it's just happening again on Lost Ark. And I'm literally reliving this time loop twice. And I can't tell if it's impressive or disappointing. But tons of people got banned in New World and it took weeks for them to get unbanned because Amazon support is, well, it's Amazon support. The forum and Reddit communities flamed everybody. They said they got false banned and it was like a whole deal, and it literally is just happening again. And most of the people that say they got false banned are just going to get unbanned because they got false banned. So don't be too toxic because most of those people actually aren't in the wrong. Amazon is. I'm just genuinely disappointed in most people. And as somebody who's been around the Lost Ark community for a really long time, there's a very loud 1% that literally just needs to be in their own echo chamber because they're borderline insane. The only real way to stop any of this is like to stop having cringe community managers talk about ruling a kingdom by fear. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Of course, people that are cheating should be scared that they're going to get banned for cheating. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard anyone say or read anyone say at all. Permaban anyone that cheats or RMTs instead of letting them just do whatever they want. Amazon really needs to beef up their support team because not seeing anyone get banned is literally how we got to this problem being so bad in the first place. And coming up with this massive bot ban wave, I mean, it's only going to be the second bot ban wave, right? So like we're going to have a massive resurgence of bots for the second time. They might, right now it's like 3-1. It's going to be like 5-1 after this. Trust me, it's going to happen. Like it already happened. So unless they up the frequency of the ban waves or start hiring people to actively counter and deal with bots, it's not going to get better. I know a lot of people say one person can't make a difference, but honestly, just standing on this island for 10 minutes, I did more to counter the bots than AGS did in a whole month, bro. Like, that's crazy. I even had a bunch of friendly gamers pull up to stop the invasion with me, but then there was people trying to defend the bots. It was honestly weird after a little while, so I had to leave. But anyways, some more real people actually would make a difference. And the biggest difference down the road of having more people focused on anti-cheating would be to distance themselves from using easy anti-cheat. Everybody knows that easy anti-cheat is a giant joke, and every game that uses it has an abundance of hackers and botters that it can't deal with because it's hot garbage. And it really makes me want AGS to start developing their own anti-cheat if they're going to keep publishing games in the West, so they can like actually correctly start banning all the hackers and botters if they really want to automate it the way they think they can. That's literally just the first steps towards any realistic goal to make the games they publish better and to make us actually feel valued as like customers, so that it's worth playing any game they put out, because so far it actually just hasn't been. I legit love Lost Ark. I can't stop playing if I want to because I actually just like addicted to the game. It's unfortunate because there's nothing else out and I really wish I could play something else, but I just can't at this point. I'm just too deep. And because I'm so deep, I just want to feel valued by AGS whatever. Like, I don't know. I need some sort of like valuation. I need something, because when I go to the forums and I'm like, man, this is going to be a good cringe fest, I see a community manager like endorsing RMT, and I'm just sitting here like, this is crazy. Like, it's actually out of control. It just leaves such a bad taste in your mouth. They just need to crack down. They could still salvage a lot of the player base and even bring people back, but nobody's going to want to wait in a queue. We found that out on New World. Nobody waits in a queue. It's just not worth it. Like, nobody cares. It's just pointless and dumb, especially if your slot in the queue is being filled by bots. Like, why would player slots be being filled by bots? That's absolutely insane. Some of the things that mean a lot of other people agreed on would be hard banning any RMT whatsoever. And it's disgusting to think that some idiot CM is just randomly RPing about a kingdom when real people are getting replaced by bots just to support a couple of whales that are just going to quit the game the second they get bored anyways. No game ever succeeds on whales and should never be based around them like it currently is. And the sad truth is they let these guys RMT, and now the problem has gotten so bad that the bot, like I said earlier, the bots are 3-1, 4-1. It's going to get even worse after this ban wave. They're just going to replace them with more. Need that zero tolerance permanent on RMT starting now. But not only do we need a zero tolerance ban on people that are cheating, adding a 2FA would really cut a lot of problems out as well. And no, I'm not talking about a VoIP phone or a Google phone. I mean like a real phone number. And then just spam re-verify waves out like Smilegate did, because it actually works really well and it cut down on tons of spam accounts in KR. If anyone played on launch, you really remember how unplayable the servers were until they did it. And the third thing I want to bring up is any company publishing a game relying on outside sources for like easy anti-cheat, like Amazon really needs to take the reins in, make the community, the players, everyone feel like investing in Amazon is actually worth it, and like playing their games is actually worth their time. Make us feel like you even care a little bit about what you're feeding us. It would be a massive step for this, for them to make their own anti-cheat. It would be huge to be able to handle all the exploits themselves. There is no future for this game with easy anti-cheat. There's no future for any game with easy anti-cheat because they don't even care about the games they're supporting. Sorry, easy anti-cheat, but maybe like do something with your anti-cheat program. When you look at like Call of Duty, Fortnite, they literally had to drop it because it just doesn't work. It's never worked. It's just something to like, oh, we're using an anti-cheat so they don't get sued. It's like, that's pretty much it. And just recently I saw like a huge outrage of some guy cheating, killing Descaluta. Bro, those cheaters have been in PvP since like RU. Like on RU, people were hacking on me when I used to stream this game, like all the time. Like it wasn't irregular just to get killed by a hacker in PvP. This has been around for forever. They never fix it. It's old news, right? But it's suddenly a big deal when somebody can cheat and kill a boss in 3 seconds, but they've been grinding PvP ladders. You could just go look at all the locked names that are permabanned. It's pretty obvious after they get 10,000 reports, but they're there for weeks, like literally weeks. They need a real detection system because they're not detecting anything. They're just relying on witch hunting players. Easy anti-cheat only ever stops like the bare minimum and never stops anything serious. So if AGS wants to get serious, they have to actually invest in resources. And if they do, they could come out as heroes in some cringe made up e-kingdom that they really want to have for some reason. And it really is some kind of crazy electronic kingdom with the amount of bots that they have. And letting them run rampant for so long has really actually done a real number on like the real player base and is losing them a lot of money. And I know that they really just care about money. So would be kind of cool if they fix that in the near future. So going forward, we have to see a lot more out of AGS. Letting the bots run rampant is only dropping off the real player base. And if they let it resurge over and over again and not touch it for a month at a time, it's slowly just going to kill the game. And I know they have the published API for the game like KR has, where you can expect people on websites or whatever like this, but Amazon definitely has access to it. They haven't made it public and they can see everything on their end. So it should be a really easy task, especially with RMT on the market. Like nobody who's playing legitimately is selling low tier gems or accessories for any kind of gold like this. Like it should just be an instant permaban. And this is where bringing in real people to look at stuff on a daily basis would really make a difference. Like this is where like one real person just combing the auction house every day would just instantly nuke these people. Like you could give them basic game knowledge. Like nobody's buying a tier 1 accessory or a tier 1 gem for 1 million gold. It's just not happening. And I don't even feel like that's some crazy thing that like, you know, you can't expect that as somebody who you hire to like ban people. You could hire someone to very easily figure out that, wow, this guy paid 1 million gold for a level 1 gem. Banned. You know what I mean? Really not that difficult to think about. And it's pretty obvious. So cutting off the reason for the bots to exist would literally make them stop existing much faster than any kind of ban wave ever would. If you want whales to whale, force them to use the in-game whaling system so you actually make money off of it. Like To me, it's a no-brainer to even think about this. I still think it's stupid that people pay to win in any game, but hey, who am I to tell you how to spend your money? But you should be ashamed for paying for bots and actively killing the game because you have no self-control. And if you do feel bad, you could just give me the money instead. I'll hire a team of Minecraft level moderators to go sit on the dumb PvP island and farm bots for you all day. Don't even worry about it. So now only time will tell if the bots will take over or if AGS will become truly as amazing as my patrons. Thank you guys again. It really does mean a lot that you take the extra step and help me keep this train running. Hope you guys have a beautiful night.